Good morning. So, excuse me. Voice is a little rough. I got a tiny bit of lipstick stain on my lips and I don't even care. I have to tell you guys about my date night. Okay? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so exhausted. I still have my eyeshadow and stuff on, which I don't recommend all the time. Once in a while, it's not a big deal. But so I had told the boyfriend that I was feeling a little neglected. And that we haven't gone out on a date in a while, and I was just feeling a little neglected. And I told him I felt bad for saying that. And he told me I'm not allowed to feel bad about it. That's how I felt. And honestly, he said that he was, and his work has been really rough and really hard because he's working so many hours. He's working 6 days a week. And he doesn't get home till really late most days. And they have him working farther north right now, which is really frustrating because I want him to work closer to home, gosh darn it. I want him home, but whatever. Doesn't matter. And he knows that. He knows little things like up until him, that I'd never officially been asked to be someone's girlfriend. It's always been, we're together and it's like, oh shit, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And they're like, oh yeah, I guess so. And so 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, he officially asked me to be his girlfriend. And that was a first for me. And I know it's silly, especially at my age, but that was a first for me, so it was super important. And then going out on dates, I've always, with other boyfriends, met them at their apartment or met them at the place that we were going out to if we went out. And with my current boyfriend, he's always just come over after work, changed clothes real quick, and we've always left. And so I've never really experienced the whole knocking on my door, picking me up, doing that whole thing. And he showed up yesterday, and it was, I'll say about average. And so I told him, it's getting late. We don't have to go out. Well, I found out that he actually drove straight home, showered, and changed so that he could come pick me up. So he knocked on the door, and I'm thinking, who's knocking on my door this late at night? And I go to the front door. And in my head, I didn't tell him, but in my head, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe he'll be really cute. And I'm like, he's going to come straight home from work, and he's going to be gross, and he still needs to shower. And I answer the door. And he's in this beautiful light blue button-up shirt, nice pair of jeans, nice shoes, and he's clean. And he was like, hello, I am here to pick you up for our date. And so he walks me over to his car. And he opens the door for me, which he opens the door for me all the time. And usually we take my car, and we took his car. And I got in, and he drives my car when we take my car, but so I get into the passenger seat, and there's a cup, and he was like, I was worried hot cocoa would be a little too sweet for you, so I got you hot apple cider. So he had stopped and he picked us up drinks, and I started crying because I'd never experienced that before. And he said, I know, and I had been slacking and not being a good boyfriend lately, so I wanted to do this for you. And so we're talking about our day, and I'm drinking hot cocoa, and he puts Christmas music on, and I love Christmas music. And then he goes where the GPS takes him, and unfortunately, it's closed. And he was very upset. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. He's like, they're supposed to be open till 10. And what the plan was he spent the last couple days looking up Christmas light displays. And I love that. I love Christmas light displays. Because I grew up, we didn't decorate the house. Christmas wasn't important. Christmas lights just didn't happen. And so I love going around this time of year and looking at all the Christmas lights. But the neighborhood was closed. And he's like, I looked it up. It's supposed to be open. So I'm like, you were going to take me to go look at Christmas lights? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, it's my favorite. He's like, I know. And so then I said, well, it's kind of corny, but what about fantasy lights? And any of you that are from this area know about fantasy lights, or should. And I found out he didn't, but they closed at 9, so we couldn't go to that. So he says he wants to try to take me in the next couple weeks to go look at fantasy lights. And so then we went to Tacoma because we're like, okay, well, let's go eat something. He's like, I'm sorry that my plans were ruined. I said, no, it's the thought that counts. And he goes, no. He goes, I want to make this night special. And I thought that was very sweet. That he was trying to put so much effort into it. We head to because he's like, what's down here that, we could get food. And we ended up going to, because originally he said he wanted to take me ice skating. But the ice skating area that they set up in downtown, he said was pretty bad, so he didn't want to go. And I said, well, they set one up in Tacoma, but that one can get pretty bad and super crowded. The one right by UW gets super duper crowded, so I didn't want to go there. So I said, well, Stacy's favorite movie theater is down this way, because we went to Tacoma. And it has a lot of eating areas, so we drove down there. And we found a skating rink there, but it was like half an hour. And I'm like, we're not going to pay $14 for a half an hour of skating. He's like, okay, now that we know that's down there, we could get down there earlier and then, do that. But he said actually his plan is sometime next month, we'll actually take a trip to Seattle to do ice skating. I love ice skating. I don't get to go ice skating very often, maybe once every couple of years, but I love it. I love ice skating. So I'm kind of excited for that. So then we walked around and it was really pretty. It's by the water. So, it was dark, but it was still really pretty because a lot of places over there are lit up anyways. And so we walked around for a while before we sat down to go eat. And he was like, I'm sorry this didn't pan out. I said, I enjoy this. I enjoy just being out, going for a walk, just being out here with you. And he said, I knew that you would enjoy this. That's why I was like, let's go for a walk before dinner. It was a beautiful walk. I'm not one of those girls that are like, oh no, we're not going to do this. Or just, this is the plan. So whatever, let's just go sit down and do something. No, I don't mind just going for a walk. I don't mind going for a hike. I don't mind, we were just starting to getting into rock climbing before I injured my shoulder. And I can't wait to start doing that again. And I said, and he goes, I spent so many years with women who just wanted to sit on the couch and watch TV. And I said, some nights I'm okay with that, but I like being out. I like doing things, even if I am overweight and I'm out of breath when we're done, I love doing things. And he said, I know. And I really love that about you. It's just, his work. It was fine when he was working 8 hours a day, but now he works 10 to 12 hours a day. And he gets home super late. So it's not like we go out and do a whole lot of stuff. And, I've talked about it before. He's really into his volunteer stuff. So we don't have a whole lot of weekends. And then when I go back to work, I won't have weekends at all. But I also told him lately, I've been in the last 2 weeks, I haven't really gotten off the couch. And I know, and he's like, that can affect you in a lot of ways. He's like, I'm not sure how to say it. I said, it's ruining my mental health. I know that, but I can't get motivated. And I don't know why. So he told me he wants me to force myself once a day to get up, even if it's a 5-10 minute walk. And I'm going to make sure that I do that. because my mental health is being severely affected right now. I literally am spending most of my moments sleeping. And I need to do better. I need to be better. So I am going to make sure that at least 10 minutes a day. I'm gonna try to do more. He's like, once you start doing 5-10 minutes a day, you'll start being more motivated and you'll start feeling better about it and you'll do more. And I said I need to. I know that I do. It has been so hard. And he's so encouraging, because I've had boyfriends that would just be like, oh, whatever, you're just being lazy. But he's just like, just baby steps, a little bit at a time. Start by just leaving your house and walking up your street. And despite all of our fighting and arguing, we do have a good relationship. I love him. I love him a lot. And he loves me despite how ridiculous that I can be. So, yeah. So today, I have physical therapy in an hour. I have to go meet up with someone at a park at like 1:30. Well, before 1:30. For some Pokemon stuff. And then when I'm done at my physical therapy, I'm probably gonna go head over to Target. I do need a couple more stocking stuffers, so I'm gonna head over to Target, walk around there for a little while, and then I'm gonna head over to the park. And even after I'm done there, I am going to walk around the park. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna stay walking. I need to. I'm gonna bring my earbuds. And actually, I think my Bluetooth are still charged, but I'm going to bring my earbuds just in case the Bluetooth dies. And I am going to walk around the park, and I'm going to get some exercise in. And it's a small park. But I feel like, because you can walk around the fields, and because it's baseball fields, and then maybe do a lap around there, like this little curl thing I got going on there, and then maybe, instead of going straight home, going to another store and just walking around. Who's a good girl? It's a good girl. And I've broken it down. I need to try to start walking 5 miles a day. And I watched one of my new favorite YouTubers, and he talked about how he lost a bunch of weight just walking. And he did it by first thing when he woke up, no matter what the weather was like, he went walking. He did 4 or 5 miles a day. And the thing is, when I'm back to work, I'm going to be walking 4 to 5 miles a day just at work. Easy. And so when I go back to work, it's not going to be difficult to get my exercise in, because, I walk. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, 10,000 steps converts to about 5 miles. So I walk anywhere from 5 to 6 miles a day at work, because I usually rack up about anywhere from 10 to 13,000 steps a day when I'm working. But I haven't been working. I need to get super motivated. It's really crappy rainy, but I need to not let that stop me. And I need to just go. Excuse me. That will help me in the long run, help me feel better mentally, physically, help get rid of this bad boy. And it'll just make me happier. So, I mean, that's what I need to do. I have a couple more belly dance videos that I'm uploading, and I need to do that. I still do some practice, but I don't do full videos just because I haven't felt motivated for doing full videos. And I need to just make myself do it. I need to just force myself to do it. Just sit down and just make these videos, because making the videos actually forces me to practice more than I would on a regular basis. But and I know that I have my fans, you guys, that, aren't down on my body shape, say that, I look just fine, and I appreciate that. But there are some days where just well, the cats are revved up. There are just some days where I'm like, I really don't want to film this. I'll practice and I'll dance at home, but I don't film it, just because I'm like, but I do need to start doing that regularly, because dancing actually makes me feel free. Dancing makes me feel amazing, and I need to start doing that again, because damn it, I'm amazing, and I need to remember that I'm amazing. You're going to keep a little bit of tension in the band. You're going to go step out, step forward. Got me some hot cocoa. Loving it.
Look at that, you guys. A mini waffle maker.
I think I'm stuck with these.
So I'm finally taking all the vitamins that my doctor recommends I take, because I'm not well.
I was supposed to be on all these supplements for a long time, and then I got blood work done in July, at the end of July, and all my numbers were low. And my doctor recommended that I take these supplements, and I just never got around to it. Supplements are expensive. Why are vitamins expensive? And when I was at Safeway today, because I was buying a pie for a potluck that I'm just not going to be able to make it to, I just can't, all of a sudden, after my physical therapy, I just didn't feel good. I don't feel good, you guys. I don't. They had them on sale, so buy one, get one free. So I bought the 4 supplements I need, and these will last me long enough. Sorry, I have a headache right here. Will last me long, and I don't usually get headaches, so that's how I know I'm not feeling good. I'm sick. But until I can do some research and see if I can get them on Amazon for cheaper, or Costco, because I have to take certain amounts. I think I got the right amount of vitamin C. I know I got the right amount of vitamin D, got the right amount of B12, got the right amount of iron. Yeah. On top of a multivitamin, and I also take a hair and nails vitamin. And now I have to be good about taking all of these every day. Every day. I don't like it. I don't like taking pills. I don't like taking medicines. I don't like taking anything, but I can't absorb it well enough through my food. I don't eat enough, and I don't eat enough foods that are rich in all these things. I really need to make sure that I'm taking my iron. That way I don't have to get an iron infusion, because those are not fun. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't feel good. I really don't feel good. I just want to drink my water, take my vitamins, and go to bed. I need to be well for Sunday. I'm supposed to go to my sister's tomorrow to wrap presents, and I'm gonna have to force myself to do that because I have to finish wrapping these presents. Yeah, so I'm hoping to go to bed early today, get a bunch of sleep. I'm gonna sleep in, and then whenever I get up, that's when I'll go over to my sister's. I'm not gonna make an effort to get up early. This is one of my boyfriend's favorite tank tops of mine, and I love it. Like, I feel sexy in it, and he says I look so adorable in it, so